G'day there, my name is Matt Brand. The Indonesian ambassador to Australia is visiting the Northern Territory this week, checking out the Antes cattle industry and meeting those involved in the live export trade. The visit comes at a very busy time for the cattle industry, with about 20 export ships due out of Darwin Port just this month. Ambassador Dr. Siswo Pramono says he hopes both countries can continue to invest in live exports to boost beef and dairy consumption in Indonesia.
Yeah, this is it's quite a win-win solution for the need of our protein and your business need as well. Because most of the live cattle, 500,000 or so, goes to Indonesia when they are still like 300 kilograms. And we do some feedlot and fattening in Indonesia for more or less 3 months to gain another 150 kilograms. Yeah. So it's good for our farmers and it's good for your farmers. And number two, we trust the Australian product here because you have very good ESG and also biosecurity level. Yeah, so it will be good where we have a healthy cow to be fattening in Indonesia. Yeah.
And Ambassador, demand this year for live cattle to Indonesia has been the best it's been in a long time. What do you think is driving that at the Indonesian end?
Yes, because we start the free nutritious meal program for the kids, and the number of the kids is 83 million. So we start a year ago, and now we already reached about 40 million kids all over the countries. And the red meat is part of the one in the menu for the protein.
We've heard about the milk that those students are getting. Tell us how a beef gets put into a lunch menu for school kids.
Yes, the beef goes to the lunch menu, also the milk, and that means we are going to take a lot of milk because our production of milk in Indonesia is only less than 1 million tons, while we need about 4.7 million tons of milk in the normal situation. With the increasing demand because of the 83 million additional kids to be fed with milk, yeah, I think the demand on milk will be increasing, and that's why we send a team. Either we are going to invest in Australia, or we learn on this part of the journey today the development of tropical dairy cattle for milk. Yeah.
So you would look to invest in dairy here in Northern Australia?
Yes, and also we also try to get Australia invest more in our dairy industry in Indonesia. Yeah, because you are the nation with the most experience with cattle. But we are interested in developing tropical dairy cattle. Yeah, because we are tropical. Yeah, so investment it's already announced by the president that the 2 pillars of our food security between Indonesia and Australia is agriculture, yeah, and that's mean meat and milk. Yeah, so 2. Yeah.
That's Indonesia's ambassador to Australia, Dr. Siswo Pramono, speaking to me at the Berrima Export Yards this morning. The NT's Minister for Agriculture, Gerard Maley, he was also there and says he welcomes any plans to invest in the NT's cattle industry.
Look, we really hope that they do invest in North Australia. We've got agriculture industry is one of our key pillars to rebuild our economy, and we certainly support the live export industry as much as we can, and anything we can do to support that, it would be a big tick for us.
Any actual investments on the table that you're aware of?
Not that I'm aware of, but they do all sorts of background checks and into the department, so we're really the final approval. So look, I really hope they are going out and looking at stuff. But back to live export industry, that's what we really want to focus on. We want to grow here in the Northern Territory as much as we can. We're here today at the Berrima Export Yards, got 3,500 head of cows here. So this is about growing the economy, and live export is going to be a big thing. We know that there's a lot of people to the north of us in Jakarta and Indonesia, and if we can increase our live export, that's a big tick for us.
There were some dairy cattle exported out of here just the other day. what do you think the opportunities are for potential tropical dairies?
Well, look, it's always an opportunity, and we're happy to support that. But it is a difficult climate for dairy cows. We don't have like the green pasture and the cool temperatures they have down south. Here we've got the Brahmins, and I think that's our main export industry. So we need to focus on it. But of course, we're always willing to expand, always willing to grow. But we need to focus on make sure the cows are safe and make sure that the product is a good product that goes overseas. So what we don't want is to send some cows over there, and then that doesn't work out. Then they try and come back and blame us, and it affects our export of live industries.
Outside of the top end, does the centre perhaps have a role to play in that supply of dairy? Central Australia?
Well, look, obviously we're happy to expand right across the Northern Territory, and we'll look at any initiatives that will increase the live export and increase the agriculture sector here in the Northern Territory.
That is Minister Gerard Maley. As mentioned, it's a busy time for the live cattle trade. Exporter Hamish Shannon says there's a huge run of ships loading up out of Darwin between now and the end of this year.
Well, this is one of the most busiest time of the year. We're trying to all get our cattle up to Indonesia before Ramadan in February, March next year. So I think there's something like 20 boats before now to the end of the Christmas. We've got 3. We've got one loading on Friday and one on Saturday, and then we've got another one loading on about the 24th out of Darwin. So it's a very busy time of the year. It's a lot of floodplain cattle coming in. This set of yards we're sending in now is full of our floodplain cattle from multiple properties. So yeah, very busy time of the year.
Yeah, I think I heard 20 boats in 20 days. Does that mean every live export ship in the industry's just doing the Darwin to Indonesian run?
Yes, pretty much at the moment, yes. Yeah, every livestock vessel is running out of Darwin at the moment. So yeah, it's crazy times, but yes.
How far are you throwing the net to find all the cattle to fill these boats?
Well, we're lucky because we own our own floodplain cattle, so a lot of these are coming off the floodplain, but other exporters are buying from all over the territory, subject to obviously weather, they can get them out, but yeah, from all over.
That's busy. Good luck.
Thank you.